I think we're live.
We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
Hello.
Is anyone else live?
We're live.
Oh, there's two watching.
Hi, DJ.
Hello, DJ.
Hi, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
We're just going to sit here for 2 hours and just say hello to people because we got nothing else planned. That's not even a lie.
It's an unplanned one today.
It's unplanned.
Just thought we'd come in and have see how people were doing.
Chat shit. And then go.
Pretty much.
Oh, we've already waved at DJ. We can wave at him again.
Yeah.
There's no rules. We make up our own rules.
Yes.
We'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody else can be bothered. They probably can't. I'm such an optimist. I'm going to change that this year. I might have to tell you why in a minute. I'll wait until there's more people in to tell you.
More waving.
There's just not enough waving on live streams, I find.
Yeah.
We'll wait until there's more people in. What if there isn't any more people in?
Well, that's all right. There's the four of us. We'll have
You're down there. Nobody can hear you.
The four of us will have a great time.
Can everybody hear us? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was good. Yeah. Hi, Cream Tea. Happy New Year. So DJ said he watched the Derek Bros video and it was pretty decent. So Derek Bros from the Conscious Resistance, who we like, was on Adam Green, No More News, who we also like. So, yeah, we were in Rumble Heaven.
Green Tea's there.
I just said hello to her.
Oh, sorry, Green Tea. Sorry.
Yeah. So cheers. Or,
cheers,
as we like to say in the West Country at this time of year, Wassail.
So tell them all about it then, Liz.
I don't know what to say, really.
Go on.
Wassail.
Yeah.
So we've been wassailing today. We've been wassailing in Avebury. We'll show you some pictures in a minute. And I'll read out a little bit about wassail and wassailing. 12th night. Some people celebrate it on 12th night, the 12th night after Christmas, which is the 6th of January. But some people celebrate it on the 17th. Some people celebrate it today. So we celebrated it today in Avebury with lots of nutters dressed up as horses.
Your mummers.
And mummers.
Mummers and the papas. That was my joke.
Wasn't funny. It wasn't funny then. So basically, we don't have any cider because you're supposed to have mulled cider on Wassail because it's all about thanking the apple trees and things like that and hoping that they will bring more crops next year. So thanks, apple trees. We'll talk about it later. I'll read you some bits out. But we've got some avocado left over from Christmas.
So it's like Swedish Wassail.
I say we've got some left over from Christmas.
Yeah.
I've got some avocado left over from Christmas because I went very well over Christmas. Mark, however, was perfectly fine over Christmas. So Mark managed to get through all of his Guinnesses, get through all of his wine. I'm going to carry on.
I didn't do it all on my own.
I'm going to carry on until I finished. I'll start again every time you interrupt. Mark got through all of Guinnesses, all of his wine, all of my Prosecco, all of everything that was going. And now I'm like, I feel a bit better today. I think I'll have some of my Christmas alcohol, which was 1 bottle of Advocaat. He's like, I'll have some. Because he's drank all his. So, wassail up your arse, Mark Froud. So this is supposed to be apples. And it ain't. Yeah, Gary was ill over Christmas.
A lot of it about Gary.
Literally. We could talk about the poison fog, but just go and read chapter 18. No, not go and read it. Go and listen to me reading it. And what is it? The Gods of Eden, chapter 18. Oh, professional this. We thought we're going to be professional this year.
It just happened to be there.
It was just there because we wanted something to prop up the computer.
Yeah.
Well, we shouldn't have told them that bit.
Murray's in the house, by the way.
Where?
Not literally in
our
house.
Murray.
Hey, Murray.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So wassail. What's all that about? Should we go in with that? Might as well, because we did it today. It's bloody hot in this kitchen. Let me get you up a picture. I'm going to present. I'm going to share a screen. And it's all going to work bloody brilliantly, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
So we're going to be more professional this year, but more professional than we've ever been in our life. Let's play the Facebook.
I'm not sure that I signed up to that.
What, being professional?
Yeah.
Should we just be shit like we always are, then?
Yeah.
Right, so window. I want to share. Hold on, let me get myself over here. There we go. This is what we want to share. This one. So this is on our Facebook. It's also on our YouTube. And this was in Avebury today. Okay, so let's do it again. Hopefully.
One last thing left to be done to frighten off all those evil spirits, those pots and pans and things to buy.
So basically, he's saying one more thing needs to be done to frighten off those evil spirits. So they do that. I mean, they must have been doing it for about an hour. And they've got a drummer and they've got an accordion player. And they go round, usually orchards. So Glastonbury would have been a good place to do it because they've got loads of orchards in Glastonbury. And they say thank you to things like apple trees because they want to bring back the crop for next year. So they're kind of doing a little ritual to the apple trees. Yeah, there's definitely Wicker Man vibes, Gary. Or else we wouldn't have been there.
So, yeah, I think they go to the oldest tree a lot of places and also hang toast.
Yeah, we'll read about that.
Oh, sorry. I've jumped.
It's all right. So they do hang toast from the trees sometimes, which is for the robins, which is adorable. Why is that, Mark?
Because I think it's supposed to be the guardians of the forest.
So the robins are the guardians of the forest, and to appease them and bring them back after the long winter, they literally tie a piece of toast to trees for the robins to bring the guardians of the forest back to protect them for next year. And
they want, to like you say, a new crop, or plenty of apples for the harvest, for the cider to go forward. And
can people hear me and Mark talking over this? Because if you can't. So they went around Avebury and they went around all the stones and they go to like the oldest trees and they do this. So we couldn't be bothered to follow them all the way around, but no doubt they went to the trees, the old trees that Tolkien sat underneath when he came up with the Ents. So no doubt they did some banging. See that one dressed as a horse and you've got all the mummers costumes. It's brilliant. This is English tradition, okay? And this is why we need to be embracing this.
And you've got a couple of strange English knights coming along there, as you'll see in the bit.
Who will be called racist, probably. Hi, Pete. Pete, we're in Avebury. Wassail. So there's the stones. So they went all around the stones. They went everywhere. So we didn't follow them around. We did our own little ritual, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's beautiful, as you can see. Beautiful today with the remains of the snow, or just sort of a light frosting, really.
So I'm going to stop sharing.
There's your man with the big. There's a couple of knights there with their big crosses.
Yeah,
on.
we got the knights. So can you see some of the stones? We were literally bang smack in the centre of it all.
That's looking back towards as if you go looking back towards the West Kennet Avenue.
So we've had a right day of it. So let's have a little look. I'm going to share something else. I'll get rid of that one. We'll have a little look at a frosty day in Avebury for Wassail. And we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. So let me share something else. Let me present something else. Well, I think it's going very well so far, Mark.
Yeah, but that professional.
It's very professional.
2025 is kicking off.
It's kicking off.
Yeah.
Right, so this is a little video that Mark made. Now, unfortunately, on this video, you can't see the moon, but it was very, very clear.
I think you can see it more in
the next
other
one.
picture. Yeah.
But yeah, in this particular one, you can't see the moon. But to us, it was very, very clear. And it was between the female and the male
cove stones
at Avebury. Like the biggest, is it the biggest stone in the world?
The female one is, biggest megalith stone.
And it's where Mark did some dowsing.
On that short.
Not very long ago. And where me and Pete and a whole load of other people did a little spiral dance, didn't we, Pete? And it was brilliant. So Mark took this little video, but like I say, on this one, you can't see the moon, but it was very bright to us in the daytime. So I'll show you with the cursor where the moon it actually is, but you can't see it.
So looking right into the sun, this beautiful day at Avebury.
by the cove stones, and we look completely facing the sun. On Wassail, we have the moon, the lunar standstill, the highest point.
It was there.
Directly looking at each other through between the female and the male cove stones.
It was so bright. It was just there, but you can't see it here.
Have a look at the next one. Can you see it? No. Oh well, never mind. Never mind.
But we do have, I don't know if maybe you haven't sent them to me, but we do have pictures of the moon. So we didn't stop there. That's more of the nutters. Can you see it? No.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, look, there's one. There's the horse. Yeah, British, English tradition. Just so may it continue. Long live the mummers and the, what are those blokes called that bloody hit sticks? Can't remember.
Morris dancers.
The Morris dancers. We always like to go to Chippenham every year for the folk festival because of the Morris dancers, the mummers. It's English tradition, and long may it continue.
Yeah, Gary's saying we are lucky to be living so close to these amazing stones. Oh, that's when the crow landed when we were up by the female cove stone and then looking out to the male one, and the crow joined us. So we had a crow between the moon and the sun. It
was brilliant because at one point Mark was that's the male stone. Mark had his back on that one looking at the sun, and I had my back on the female one looking at the moon. So we were doing our own little ritual, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then the crows came and they were brilliant. So that's the one that doesn't show the moon. There's the crow again. There he is. Until some kid ran at it and scared it off. I've never seen Mark so pissed off. I'm a bit worried what happens if I... Oh, look at that. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, this is like towards the back of the Red Lion pub. That one, I'd never really walked behind there. I think I read in the Maria Wheatley book that part of the circle, there was a huge stone there, which is sadly one of those that's been long ago destroyed. And people think that was almost like the like on a sundial, and that was in the center of these other stones around it, and excuse me, when it cast a shadow in the sun, it was like a pointer to different stones for the changing in the seasons, changing in times, that sort of thing.
But we had a beautiful wintry watery sun directly opposite a beautiful wintry watery moon.
Yeah,
we were in the middle of both those energies, in the center of the biggest stone circle in the world on Wassail, and it was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it, babe?
Yeah, and also the lunar standstill stuff. I know we talked about it before with Avery. I think basically it goes over a year, and I'm famously not very good at all these different about the alignments, but it's something that every 18.6 years, because the delineation of the path of the moon. So at this time at the moment, it's when the northernmost and southernmost moonrise and moonset are furthest apart. Ah, there is the little moon.
There he is.
So,
and it was brighter than that the whole day.
So
until we got to Silbury Hill.
Yeah. So on the lunar standstill, so the moon will go higher than the sun. So it at this time, so they're saying, because I think at Stonehenge they think that there's some of these station stones there that are aligned to the lunar standstill. So they think in a number of the places for the ancient people, it was very important, this cycle, 18.6 years. And Olga Morales, who was on my Megalithomania trip, she posted a video about the lunar standstill. She does a lot of astrology for traders and things like that. I might share that because she did a sort of graph just to show the difference with the path of the moon compared to the sun.
There it is again.
But yeah, I think it might be important because at this particular time, the moon does rise above places where the sun doesn't go. So it could be a time when the ancient people saw the moon as getting the upper hand over the sun, and
Yeah.
then this sort of relationship between the sun and the moon, the
Well, and it's
masculine
about
feminine.
the woman
Mm.
coming into her own. Really, look at that. That is so stunning. But it was so stunning. It was just shockingly stunning.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful day.
It doesn't show it off. That blue was so blue, and the moon was just amazing and so bright today. So that's all of those ones. Did you send me the other ones? I don't think you did. And then we went out to Silbury Hill, which Mark hasn't sent me any pictures of. And then we went up to Kennet Longbarrow. So I'll wait for Mark to send those to us. But yeah, what else has been going on this year while you do that, Mark? Because we are literally winging it today, and Mark hasn't sent me the photos, so it's already gone to shit.
Well, we were going to, the Hollywood fires we were interested about, weren't we?
Hollywood fires.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
That is so bright on that one. So Hollywood fires, what do people think about that? Hollywood burning. Wassail, Rick, quite right too. Let me read you a bit of Wassail while Mark's sorting his life out.
Yeah.
So wassail all over the town. Our toast it is white, and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of the white maple tree. With the wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee. So that was a Gloucestershire wassail dating to the Middle Ages. We've got a song sheet somewhere. We were going around singing all the wassail songs in Avebury today. But yeah, so our toast is white, so they put the toast in the tree, and their ale is brown. So that's usually cider or like mulled cider. So if I just read this out off the internet, it's quite interesting. So yesterday was the 6th of January. Like we say, it's not always on the 6th, okay? The final feast of day of Christmas, the day of Epiphany, 12th night. Down in the counties of southwest and southeast England, a very old and special ceremony takes place in the apple orchards. The wassail was a way to celebrate the end of Christmas, to bless the trees so that they will bear plenty of fruit for the cider. It was a time of celebration and merrymaking. All of this happened at dusk, a magical time of day, where the world fairies and spirits overlapped with the world of man. In different parts of England, the day upon which the wassail occurs changes. Some celebrate it on the 5th of January, the eve of Epiphany, and others on the 17th. This is day 12th night would occur before the introduction of the Georgian calendar, Old Twelfthly Night, as it was called. For the wassail ceremony, a wassail king and queen are nominated, who lead the other revellers a merry dance around the trees. In the largest trees, the queen is lifted into the boughs so she can spear pieces of toast that have been soaked in wassail punch, as an offering to the tree spirits of the orchard and to the robins. Okay. As folk dance around the trees, other run around banging pots and pans to drive out the evil spirits. Well, they were doing that, weren't they? They were driving out the demons.
There was lots of banging the pans.
Wassailing predates the Battle of Hastings and is thought to have its origins in ancient Rome, where people would make sacrifices to Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruits. The word wassail meaning to your health, and the word is used just as we would use cheers today. Now, there's a little quote from something I'm not going to read out. Connor's in the house. Do you want to come and say hello? Come and say hello. Connor's got a poncho on. Don't ask why. It's his Christmas poncho. Here he is.
Yeah.
Here he is. Happy Wassail.
Wassail.
Wassail. Connor, what do you look like? He's had a couple of glasses of wine. Connor's still Christmas in his Christmas poncho, for God's sake.
Happy New Year.
Right, have you sent me these pictures through, Fred?
Yeah, I've sent you lots of pictures. I'm just
right. Let me get on them. Present. Right. See the moon up there on the left, top left, and that is Silbury Hill. So this is a lunar standstill over Silbury Hill, near Avebury. We've got the sunset over there. And we've still got ice and snow on the floor.
It's beautiful.
It was so bright. Silbury Hill is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly, I mean, it's excuse me, the largest man-made mound in Europe, but to me, I'm sure Glastonbury Tor is the same sort of thing. I think that's a man-made construction as well. And I think basically they're like pyramids. You know, to me, it's the same principle. I think in terms of possibly being sort of like an energy battery, something that will, be a generator of energy and from the earth, and water is so important. I mean, you could see
so much water.
The picture. It's often flooded around Silbury Hill, and obviously again, that's identical to Glastonbury Tor, and obviously Glastonbury Tor used to be. It used to be the Isle of Avalon. It used to be completely surrounded by water. So, and you know, there is like an aquifer right in the middle of Glastonbury Tor. So I think the channeling of the energy of the water is vitally important to all of these places.
Now, this is literally opposite Silbury Hill, and at the top of this green field, to the left, I don't know, 10-minute walk is West Kennet Long Barrow. But I like this because every time we've been to Avebury for the last 2 or 3 times, the sky has looked like a Turner painting. It went from the brightest blue with not a cloud in the sky to the sun setting and this, just in the space of about a minute.
Very quick.
It was amazing. So there's the top of West Kennet Long. I'll show you. Kind of look at that.
It's good, isn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah. So we got West Kennet Long Barrow pictures on winging their way.
Yeah, but we wanted to show you this.
Oh yeah.
Because this is moat, I don't know, whatever. It's natural water. It doesn't come from the rain, obviously that helps, but it comes from the ground, this water, most of it.
Yeah.
Comes up because we've got, like Mark said, aquifers everywhere.
Is it safe to drink?
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Probably. But we took this picture because we were wondering about this water, and some people think that this was white. Silbury Hill was covered in chalk and it was white, and it was almost like one of those Mayan those Mayan pyramids that look like they're stepped.
Right.
Some people think it looks like that, and it was white covered in chalk, and they reckon that the water around it was to reflect that. I said, bullshit. I said, it's to reflect the fucking sky, because that's all it was doing, wasn't it? Well, we just had a tiny bit of it. I said, it's got to reflect this. It's to reflect the sky. When you think Avebury is literally, they say, exactly identical to Sidona on Mars, they are wanting that reflection down here, as above, so below. And they're trying to say that the reflection of the water was so that it would reflect the mound. I don't believe that. I think it was to reflect the night sky. And when we took a picture, there was this amazing, the light was making an amazing triangle there. But you can just imagine back in the day, can't you, what it must have been if it was white and covered in chalk.
And it's just so incredible, the Avebury complex. Obviously, when I was doing my talk about it, a few weeks ago, just the extent of it. I mean, the circle himself, the largest in the world, and all these circles within the giant circle used to be a henge that was much bigger and deeper than it is now. And then you've got the avenue, and then you've got the West Kennet Long Barrow, you've got the Silbury Hill. There's springs. There's so many other smaller barrows all around in that area. It's just such an enormous temple complex, basically, but a temple of the earth and the
there's
sky.
So many aquifers and so much water around this area. It's ridiculous. It's like swampland, isn't it? So we kind of think that it would have reflected Silbury Hill, and it would have been, if it was covered in chalk, it would have been absolutely fantastic. But we also think it would reflect the night sky. It would, even accidentally. So as above, so below. Hi, Margaret.
Hi, Margaret. And DJ
Oh, yeah.
Microcosm in the Macrocosm.
So there's a picture that they did of what they think it looked like. So like a Mayan temple all covered in chalk. That's what they think it looked like. And they think that the water, they dug the thing around the water.
And I think they found antler, bones of like deer antlers, and they think that's what they used to cut away. But I mean, it's such a massive construction.
Bullshit.
I mean, it's like all these things.
There
needs to be so much more to it. I would
Hermes.
Think. But yeah.
3 lumps. 3 useless lumps.
I would say the one in the background's probably more useful.
More useful than the 2 in the front. Yeah, definitely. Don't know.
Brilliant. That's
Well
a
done,
brilliant
Mark.
bit of Mark photography. That is. Yeah.
The moon is there. You can just about see
suddenly
him.
got all dark clouds.
Yeah, this is when it started getting ominous. But there he is up there, top left.
Yeah.
There he is. It was amazing. It was such a magical day. Oh, I think we might be attempting. Have you got all of them?
I didn't do absolutely everything, so. Yeah.
Right, so we practiced. Okay, when we put this short up, it's going to look spontaneous, but we tried it 3 times, and we're not quite sure if this is the right one or the wrong 7. So we'll just keep going. So this was Mark. This might be Mark trying to be funny and getting it wrong, or it might be the correct one. Nobody knows.
Yeah, probably still getting it wrong.
Nobody knows, Andy.
Yeah.
Nobody
find
knows.
out.
Yeah.
Silbury Hill, largest mound in Europe, in Avebury, and here we are. Here's Liz, the intrepid explorer, walking up to West Kennet Longbarrow. There she goes, marching on her way. No bloody person's going to bloody stop her this time.
No.
No one.
No. So I wasn't happy with that one because I said, I want you to say the word, we're going on an adventure, because I was trying to channel Bilbo. So that's not going up.
No. I don't know. We probably because we can save the proper one.
Save the proper one
for the
unless it comes up in a minute because we don't know what we're fucking doing.
Might also be a possibility.
So this is us walking up to the Long Barrow. Oh no, I think this is the right one now.
So
no, it's not. Oh Christ!
No.
This is going to be a long short.
All the way down there.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
There's Silbury Hill. And beyond that,
oh yeah, we got a book about ley lines, Greg.
Is Avebury Stone Circle. So the Long Barrow is the oldest, and then the stones. The stones, yeah, over many hundreds of years, but they were built between the Long Barrow and then Silbury Hill was constructed. The youngest. Yeah. We're still talking nearly thousands of years ago. 5,000 years ago. Yeah. To be fair, I mean. It's a long time ago. So, because you can do 3-minute shorts, I'm going to put a wiggle on, and we'll show you going into the Long Barrow. But look how long it is. I mean, it is a long barrow. Maria Wheatley said that this was the long-headed, the long-skull people that built this. And we are the round-headed people. So I always say to Mark, let's say sorry, because our ancestors potentially weren't very nice to the builders of this barrow, because you don't see a lot of long-skulled people these days, do you? Just see us numpties. So we're going to go in there. We don't have the dowsing rods today because this was a bit spontaneous. It's Wassail. We saw the mummers banging the drums, which is on a different video. And it is potentially another lunar stanza, or the same one that's gone on a bit. We need to look into that. So it's quite a fortuitous day to be out and about. So let's get right up there. So West Kennet Long Barrow. We are going to turn the camera off and just have a little bit of a moment.
Oh, did you see that? Oh, it could anyway. So yeah, we turned bits and pieces off, and we kind of tried to be reverent and kind of ask if we were allowed to go in there. And I said, Mark, do you think we can go in? Because I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel a yes or a no. I didn't feel anything. So I said to Mark, do you think we can go in? Because you've got to be respectful of these places.
Yeah. So we were talking all the time, saying thank you and sorry, and
yeah. So Mark felt. I don't know if you felt that we were allowed in there, but
oh well, I just said
we didn't get any bad. When I went in, I did get a bit scared. I must admit, I don't know, but we kept with it, and we were just respectful, like you would in any graveyard, you know.
Mhm.
And the thing is with that Long Barrow, it's massive, but you literally, it's not even a third of it that you go in. You can go in. And we need to speak to Maria because she had an experience, didn't she, with the rest of it?
Yeah, I seem to remember when she was talking before when we saw her at Glastonbury, and she was saying something. She went there with a tour group of Americans, but there were all these people doing around there and saying they were geologists or something. But then one of them was talking to her, and she was like, they had certain facts wrong about what kind of stones they were, and she was like, these aren't geologists. So she was thinking that they were there for some other reason, but what it would be. Pete, West Kennet Long Barrow is normally energetically neutral for me anyway. Last time was different. Get time alone, it's better. Well, we were alone, Pete.
Yeah, we were alone. It was just me and our Mark. And we went in there in the dark, and we thought we'd do some flash pictures to see if we got any orbs or anything.
They should be,
but we didn't get any orbs. But we've got the pictures for you anyway.
Yeah.
But we did say, who knows? We were just trying our hardest to be respectful because they say 36 male, female, and children bodies were buried in there. You've got to...
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It was like they were saying, I mean, this was the official blurb on the stand outside sort of thing, but they reckoned that for about 1,000 years after, well, bodies were buried maybe over a period of time, but for like 1,000 years, it was still a place of ritual and reverence. So whether they were worshipping the ancestors and the earth, or all of it, but I mean, when you think it's a long time span, 1,000 years, and especially if you think, well, don't know, maybe people's lifespans weren't as short as maybe we think. Maybe they were longer, but so anyway, it's
and the Bronze Age people were the ones that blocked it up.
Yeah, they blocked it up apparently, for whatever reason. I
mean, it's quite a trek to get to it up a hill, and we were trying to imagine what it would have been like, because most of Britain was covered in forest back in them days. It would, but Mark was saying something about.
I think I was reading around, in terms of the stone circle and the site in general. Maybe a lot of places didn't have trees. Some of the trees that are there now weren't there back in the day. I mean, obviously it was thousands of years ago, but I mean, perhaps trees on a lot of those sites have now sort of interrupted some of the sight lines, if you like, in terms of things like alignments for solstices or whatever, just because of the trees, like new buildings as well, of just sort of blocking out the sun for that little split second more than they used to, that kind of thing. But
unless it's there from the bottom, you can't really see it.
No,
it's only when you start walking up there, or you're really looking for it, that you can actually see it. So it wasn't a place that they were, not like Silbury Hill, where it's like, woohoo, over here, hello. We were saying that was a skyscraper of the day. West Kennet was kind of, it was so strange because it's on the top of a hill, but you can't see it. It's very clever how they've done that.
Yeah, and that I suppose adds to the mystery to it. As you're walking up, and then all of a sudden you see it.
Yeah,
you know,
for half of the time you're walking up there, it's hidden.
So that might add to the special nature of it, really. But
let's see if. Oh, that's just more of that. I don't know if you've sent them to me, babe.
Yeah.
No, because this is us outside.
Yeah, I did. The order might have just got jumbled.
The order's going to be jumbled up. Oh, here we go. So this is inside. So there's left and right. There's different chambers. But like I say, it's a really long barrow, but you can only get into, I wouldn't even say a third of it, to be honest. Tiny bit. And we were hoping to get some orbs, but we didn't. And you didn't get any last time you were in there, babe, did you?
No, it was just that cairn.
Where was that when you got
Orkneys.
absolutely loads? Orkneys, you got loads, didn't you?
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head,
but yeah, it's very fascinating.
Seeing deer, DJ, that'd be amazing. See them come up close.
But there was, people outside that giant female cove stone, and also in here, there was lots of flower petals, and people are still. We left a little bit of Mark's biscuit, his cookie.
Only a little bit. To be fair, I couldn't.
But I'd already eaten mine. So people are still using it as somewhere to, I don't know, venerate the ancestors.
Yeah, it's still a spiritual place.
The energies.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, that was just today. For God's sake, that was just today. So Wassail, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. We had a great old time.
Yeah, we did. And Pete saying bad weather's a good time. It's a good time to go. I mean, it was good weather today, but we got it just before sunset. So when we got to the lay-by, there was a few cars, but they'd obviously just
they were driving off as we were coming in.
Yeah, they'd gone. So
go a bit later in the day if you go.
Yeah, so that was good. It's similar to last time I went, and I had it to myself briefly as well. But yeah,
so that was quite a magical day.
It was very positive, and it
was positive,
and it is like a New Year type of thing again, like you say, 12th night. I think the later 12th night is when people take the date of the old Gregorian calendar for the
DJ is talking about toilets. We had a bit of an experience, didn't we?
Yeah,
I couldn't quite make it all the way back down the hill.
And of course, that place is something you had bodily fluid situation there before as well.
And that place and my bodily fluids. That's the name of my next book.
Name for a book, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyway, never mind about that. So that was today. But let's talk about other things that have happened. Oh no, hold on, I haven't finished about today. We got to the car park, and I'm usually like, it's £7. It costs such a bloody lot. No, somebody left their National Trust ticket for somebody to have, so we had that. And then I went and put that back, and then somebody else had it, so that was nice. And then we wanted this book. Have you got it? No. Anyway, we wanted this book on ley lines in the charity shop thing, and we only had £2, and their card thing was broken. And you know what these National Trust places are like? They're usually a little bit. What's the word?
Money grabbing.
Not money grabbing. Stick to the rules. So the next time we go, we're going to give them some money. But this, I said, bloody hell, Mark, Alfred Watkins, isn't that something to do with ley lines? And it bloody well is. This book is going to be absolutely brilliant, and I'm probably going to read it to you. First published in 1925, this is the most important single source book for students of leys, straight tracks in the British Isles. So we can believe it. We were having all these really good kind of like coincidences and positive things happening today, weren't we?
Yeah. Margaret's just posted anal quite randomly, so I'm not quite sure what that's about.
No, I don't think it. Pete's asking if megalithomania is on. It's not.
No, they said in the news that they weren't doing it this year, the conference.
Because the hall's being renovated or something?
Yeah, so they decided to save it for next year because it will be an anniversary of some sort of I can't remember.
So we'll have to get there next year, Pete, by sounds of it.
Yeah. Well, it was on my birthday. It would have been on my birthday this year. So.
Oh, is Margaret here?
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, where are we going to be in May of this year?
We will be in wonderful Ireland. Yes.
I think you're supposed to say Ire.
The Emerald Isle.
Yeah, Margaret.
Yeah.
And on the 16th,
10th.
We're going to be in Dublin for
Oh
the
no!
night.
Oh no! Sorry,
No. What are you
sorry.
on about?
Sorry. The fire festival is we're going to be on the
That's
10th.
not what I'm
I
talking
thought. Well, I
about.
didn't know what you were
Well,
talking
you
about.
should know. How long have we been married?
And when have I ever got it right?
No, not very often. Not very often.
No.
So we're going over there on Mark's birthday, which is the 3rd of, because he got it wrong. It should have been May the 4th be with you, but it's May the 3rd.
Yeah,
he got it
that
wrong.
would have been
Day early.
Yeah.
And we're going to do, I've always wanted to do that fire festival. Because you know in Lord of the Rings, when they set fire to, what is it? They set fire to things on hills. And then the next one, and then the beacons. That always makes me cry. Because that's almost like, yes, come on. And there's this thing in Ireland where they actually do it. And we think that's where Tolkien got it from. But then we make up a lot of shit. So maybe we didn't.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
They do it all over the world. But we're going to say he got it from there because it's romantic.
Well, I know. Thomas Sheridan's. He thought that the Shire was.
Well, yeah. So maybe you
was
did get it
Ireland,
from there.
but we think it's probably more around here. But anyway, to be honest, it's anywhere that's
having it.
that kind of old place.
We're
But
having it.
yeah, is it, I'm sorry, Margaret. I'm going to rip the pronunciation to pieces. So, is it Usniach or where they have
Usniach,
which used to be like the central place of Ireland, and that's where they have the Beltane fires, which is what we're going to, the fire festival on the 10th of May.
Yes, and DJ said Newgrange. Now, there's another little story. I said, let's go to Newgrange. And Mark's like, yeah, we want to go to Newgrange. And he's like, oh, I also want to go to, where was it? Dingle.
Yeah, we're going to do a day trip.
Dingle.
We can do
the day trip and the Newgrange thing we were going to do was going to clash. So he's added 3 extra days on.
Well, you know, what the hell, we make the most of it all, wouldn't it?
Because he's fucking loaded. He hides it from me.
Yeah.
So, Margaret, we are going to be doing a day trip somewhere in the day, and then we're going to be in Dublin in the evening of the...
So the 11th, that's when we're going to Newgrange and Antara, Margaret, yeah. But that's not where the fire festival is. I mean, it's all...
No, it's begins with a U.
Usniach? Is it Uisneach?
We're going to Dingle. We're going to Limerick. We're going to...
So we're doing, Margaret, so I could try and fit everything in. We're flying from Bristol to Cork and then going to do a long day trip to Dingle from Cork and then going to Limerick. Going to spend a few days in Limerick. And then from Limerick going to stay to Mullingar. And from there, that's quite close, I think, to go to the fire festival. And then Dublin just for basically one night to go do a tour from there to Newgrange and Tara and then fly home. So,
you know, you've had plenty of notice. If you're out that day, we'll know you don't want to meet us. So...
Or you can meet us at the fire festival or in Limerick.
Anywhere,
but we'll try and catch
Bristol
up.
Airport. It's up to you.
But
so that's an
Margaret,
exciting thing.
We'll definitely catch up.
That's an exciting thing, Margaret. So we're going to do that. And talking of conferences, because we were just talking about Megalithomania. We're obviously going to the symposium this year because that's our favourite. But we're also...
And what more about the symposium? It's not any normal trip to the symposium.
I'm doing a stall. And that's why Mark's going to have his book ready so that I can sell some of his books on the stall.
So I've got to get writing it first.
This is all about us, isn't it?
It is our life.
Oh, it is art. Yes. Mind your own bloody... You got to say it. Do your own bloody live stream. It's all about us. So, symposium, obvious, but backwards. February, Pete, we're going to the occult conference, aren't we? I'm doing a stall there as well. That's why I've got a bad arm because I'm doing fucking painting bits of wood to try and sell. And that leads me on to another thing. Did you know, Mark, you're married to a satanic paedophile? And if any of you listen to Thomas Sheridan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Did you realise you were married to a satanic paedophile? Did you realise that?
I didn't realise that, no.
So, apparently, I'm thinking, occult conference. What would sell at an occult conference? Oh, maybe something to do with Aleister Crowley. I don't know. Yeah, all right. I'll paint that famous picture of him. Oh, Facebook. Fucking hell. Did I set the cat amongst the pigeons?
Well, you set a cat amongst one particular pigeon.
Wanker. That's what he called me.
Uh,
I'm satanic. You satanic wanker. Pedophiles. Honest to Christ. I've never been so insulted.
Honest to Christ. Funny you should say that.
So I'm a Satanist, but what that's done is, you see, that's made me paint 3 more. And I'm going to be doing Awas, or whatever it was, that demon he summoned. I'm going to do Madame Blavatsky, Anton LaVey, and probably that Abramovich woman now. And I'm going to put them all on his fucking timeline. And to be fair, it's up to me what I paint.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm a fucking satanic pedophile. So, yeah, people need to grow the fuck up and mind their own business. And then I was like, oh, God, I didn't stop. And I was like, where are all these man babies coming from? I'm not being funny. If I was to chat shit every time I saw something on Facebook I thought was shit, I wouldn't have any time to do anything else. So you just block them and move on, or you just delete, or you just ignore. Oh, no. This is a grown man in America calling me all the names under the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, you got lots of people listening to your defence, though.
I got another thing as well. Oh, Mark, did you know that I am spending all of the mortgage money on going to Mexico to learn the language? I'm going there. Do you know why?
I didn't know that. Why?
Because apparently, if you read a book on YouTube for free that takes you 12 fucking hours, if you don't pronounce the fucking Mexican names right, it's, and I quote, unlistenable.
Yeah.
Of course I wanted to say, don't fucking listen then, you twat, it's fucking free. But no, I thought I'd go to Mexico and learn Mexican Spanish so that I can then give you a free fucking book in the right accent. So people have pissed me off the last couple of weeks.
Margaret's got her excuse in early. She's going to Mallorca for the 7th of May. How are you now?
Oh, yeah. We forgot to tell you about that. No, we forgot to tell you about that little excursion to Mallorca that we're going to. We forgot that one, didn't we? Now what, Margaret? Eh? So what do we think about people that listen to? I'm on one.
Yeah.
Listen to a free bloody reading of a book that takes 12 hours and then say it's unlistenable just because I can't pronounce some fucking Spanish Mexican name.
Well, Gary Robinson, who is an Englishman in Mexico, says English people can't pronounce Mexican names. That's for real.
You just can't do it. There's some things that I can't. It's the same as Connor's girlfriend. She's from Malaysia. I can't say things. And she can't say things. Connor takes a mick out of her. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Yeah, Greg, making a good point. Of course, the term occult, very broad and simply means hidden.
Yeah, exactly,
doesn't
Greg.
mean you're summoning demons.
Exactly.
But, I mean, we have had an interesting...
We've had a very long conversation.
And I think we should talk about it.
How do we... So we have had a very long... We've had quite a few conversations today. It's been one of them days.
Yeah.
Started off in Chippenham over a breakfast.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a bit of a debate around Aleister Crowley.
Yes, they are assholes, Margaret.
Facebook.
Yes, I agree, Mari.
Because... yeah, I mean, he's one of these divisive figures. Obviously, for a lot of people, he is, literally the devil. But then, obviously,
I am the beast.
Obviously, he did say things like that himself. I mean,
which is kind of propaganda. It's kind of him. It's like his what's the word? What's the bloody word?
I don't know what kind of word you're trying to find.
That's him bigging himself up, making himself interesting.
Yeah.
Look at me. Even if you look at me because you think I'm a twat, you're still looking at me.
Obviously, he was a showman, and he did put shows on stage, but also it was his whole life was that. And
yes,
Barbara Bush's daddy.
Oh
yeah,
my
absolutely.
God, they look so similar. Mark said I should do a picture of her on the back of my picture of him.
Yeah, I mean, unquestionably, he was a genius, shall we say, in many respects, in terms of. Yeah, I mean, he's like the whole thing about him saying about, the next stage will be mine or something. I won't have quoted it properly.
Kind of was.
But yeah, I mean, there is so much now. Obviously, we know all the popular culture stuff follows so much along his lines. but it's all these different webs. I mean, there's things like Barbara Bush. Her mum was hanging out with Crowley, and obviously they were doing all these different sexual practices. Then she goes back to America, and then around around the right time scale, she gets pregnant, and
coincidence.
Barbara Bush is her daughter, and
looks exactly
and
like
you
him.
have a photo of them together.
Yeah,
but
flabbier version of him.
But yeah, but there's all these people that obviously were followers of Crowley, and lots of them then maybe fell out with him, but formed breakaway sects or some kind of thing, or different, but had in different ways huge different influences. Whether was it Gardner who got Wicca together, obviously Jack Parsons, all his
he did. He had a massive, and still is.
And Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, another former follower who started that. So incredible influence. And there was a guy, I can't remember his name now, who was a massive, like a general or something like that in the British Army, and designed all these new tank formations, hugely influential in war. And then he actually was a follower of the guy with a moustache in Germany in the 30s, and
Charlie Chaplin,
and probably designed a lot of their panzer movements that became influential for the German army. But he had also a form of anyway. Guess what I'm trying to say is you can't doubt the man's power, Crowley, and his influence,
and his understanding of how to do it, and how to manipulate, how to do magic. And that, what does that mean? Probably not what we think it means. And we had a conversation about this, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, to say, I mean, you made very good points, I think, because the thing, do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law. And I've always had a sort of an objection to that, because I quite like I'm not sure if it's Wiccan exactly, but the do what thou wilt, but do harm to none. And that has always struck a chord to me as seeming the right way to be, not doing harm to others, but obviously developing yourself and being strong within yourself and fulfilling life, all those things, but not if you're harming others. But then Liz made good points about,
I can't remember what he said, but it was bloody good. Brilliant. Some of the best I've ever said by anybody known to man. So do what thou wilt, okay? So some people say, oh, that means you can be a paedophile. No. Do what thou wilt means you can get off your fucking arse and go and shoot one of those bastards in the face, okay? Because what I think it means is there's not going to be any spiritually. I think natural law, as we know, doesn't give a shit. Like Mark Passio says, if a tiny little toddler is walking towards the edge of a cliff, natural law doesn't give two shits about the effect that's going to have on the parents, the effect that's going to have on the toddler. Natural law just is going to allow that little toddler to walk off a fucking cliff, okay? The universe isn't going to jump in and go, oh, but you're such a good baby, I'm not going to let you fall off a cliff. No, it's just going to let you fall off a cliff, okay? The baby, it's just going to happen. So do what thou wilt. If you're a bit of an arsehole, that means you'll do arseholey things. But if you're not a bit of an arsehole, it means if you're not a pussy and you're not brainwashed and you're not scared of a sky demon that is going to tell you off for being a murderer, you could probably go and stop the paedophiles. I kind of said it better than that in the cafe. No, but why do we always think do what thou wilt is, well, that means that all the baddies can do bad things? No, it means the good people can stand into their own fucking power and stop them without worrying about being sent into a fiery pit of hell. And I don't mean California. I said it so much better.
No, I think that was...
Bingo, said Margaret.
No, I mean, I think that's good. I mean, I would still say from my point of view, and you made very good points there. So I'm not going to argue with it, because
you can't argue with me, mate.
But if you still had do what they will, but do harm to none, that would still maybe fit in with your. But I suppose then you're saying that would say you can't do harm
in the first place.
To the paedophile.
The person that did the harm in the first place is doing the harm. So, and you're stopping that.
Right.
And that's natural fucking law.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Love Cat escaped from California 3 years ago in the nick of time. Fucking hell.
Right. So, I mean, do people think? Because I mean, I must admit, I hadn't really seen much on it. I know it's been all over. I don't watch the mainstream news, or I hadn't been watching much of the alternative news to be fair either. But I mean, you looked a lot, and obviously, some people are saying it's a thing to purge the satanic pedophiles.
Satanic pedophiles
in Hollywood and that region, and obviously, I must like I say, I haven't looked into it, so I would say on the face of it, maybe it's another thing along the lines of, but obviously in a different form to what happened in North Carolina and Florida, and it's been happening in Spain with flooding there.
There's a lot of lithium under these places, and also 2028 they want make a smart city in California. They've got all the plans for a smart city. So what do you have to do? You have to scrub it out and start again.
Yeah. So I think it's So it's like part of this reset, and so much of that footage. I mean, the Truth Stream media. I think Liz shared it. Did three films on North Carolina.
You've got to watch those, everybody.
But a lot of that footage was mud floods, and then you think again, all these people that speculate that hundreds of years ago there were mud floods that completely wiped out whatever civilization was there at that time to start again.
Yeah, but the resets have happened before.
Yeah.
So Lovecat says, I lived in CA my whole life and cities didn't burn, just the hillsides and wooded areas.
Yeah, and
the wooded areas aren't even burning.
And in the middle of January, surely, I mean, I know California, but it's not like a
and they're
desert
saying now
region
we
where
can't
it's always
put the
extreme.
seawater on there because the seawater will harm the environment. But it's that thing again where trees aren't fucking. There's wood and plastic still standing right next to a melted car. How does that even work? I mean, oh my God. Do you know what? There's so much of it at the moment that I don't think I've got the patience or the time for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The world is going to burn because that's what they want. And that's what they've been saying they want for so many years. And we've been trying to tell people. Now it's happening. Even we can't believe it, that it's actually happening.
Green Tea, look into the history of the Mayor Bass. She spent the 70s and maybe 80s going to Cuba and worship Castro. Yeah, interesting. And of course, Castro's really the dad of old Trudeau, who's now stepping down in.
And now Trump wants Canada.
That was an interesting
CJ Books.
CJB Books. Isn't it?
CJB Books. He's another like Adam Green. So put your big boy and girl pants on to listen to him.
We've got to be careful what we say on YouTube about what he says in terms of.
We won't say anything. Just go and look it out for yourself.
No, but it was interesting in terms of talking about the North being
satanic, Satan,
or hell, and a portal into hell,
because they said the Garden of Eden is in the north, and it's really complicated. It's all to do with Edom and the Gog and Magog wars and the coming of the Antichrist, and I can't even be bothered. Just go and listen to No More News on Rumble and CJB Books.
Did you share that CJB Books?
I don't fucking know.
Maybe we could.
They've got fingers; they can type.
I know, but
get them typing.
But anyway, it was interesting. And then I did have a little, because I think I'm not sure if I've mentioned it before on a live stream or not, but when talking about the Orkney Islands and the stuff there around it, the name meaning sort of Hades and hell and that sort of thing. And so obviously that's getting up to that direction. And I did wonder, there's been all this stuff about the Orcadian Basin being the origin for this altar stone at Stonehenge, and these people had brought it all the way down from there. So I was thinking these people that had come down from the Orkneys and to the south of England, and in their mythology, then Orkneys, and again that northern part as you're heading towards the Arctic, is you're going towards the underworld, and so that maybe is that stone is a representation of the underworld and the other life. And so yeah, I just wondered if that might be connected up. And you've got also this stuff again, which I've talked about before and will come into the book, but these ideas of like the St. Clair family, descendants of like the Templars, and what it became the Freemasons in Scotland, and they were rulers of the Orkneys for a while, and potentially then they voyaged from there to Greenland and over to the north of the United States, Canada, as it is now. So there's all this interesting stuff about the Templars going out there. So again, maybe that's again because they're looking for that northern portal or something like that, and it's all connected up with.
Rick says CJB book says Adam Green lists off his work. I've seen that, Rick, and if he does, I'm glad in a way, because I find him I find Adam a lot easier to listen to be honest. I think he's more entertaining. CJB Books is obviously the scholar, he knows an awful lot. I think Adam does as well. And if he has been kind of stealing bits, that's naughty if he doesn't say it, but he's so much more interesting to listen to.
I suppose it is one of those things of someone being a good presenter, and especially I suppose in terms of like younger and the technology wise, in terms of getting videos up there and being able to show pictures and stuff like that. But
they're both good in my opinion.
Yeah. But yeah, DJ, Skara Brae has come up before, and I had to do a bit of a whistle stop tour for the timing wise when I was up there in the Orkneys, but I will look into it more. But it's so fascinating, the area up there. But just hearing that stuff recently about the North, the Arctic Circle, and Greenland, and all that sort of area. It just gives another little area for research, really, in terms of why certain people, the sort of the Templars and Freemasons with that St. Clair family, maybe were exploring up in that area. But yeah.
So this year, I don't know whether to look backwards or look forwards. I don't really want to look forwards because I think it's going to be a little bit more terrifying than what we've just been through, and that was pretty bad enough. We got bloody season 2 of Dancing Nurses coming upon us. Season 2.
Well, in terms of going to Avebury today, it's that kind of thing of
do it where you can as well.
Yeah, I mean,
it's as if they're going to lock us down again.
Just on one level, whatever
is in your head, do it.
Yeah, whatever's a good thing, a positive thing in your life that will give you a strong thing to look forward to.
You've always wanted. That's why the second lockdown was over, we went to Norway and Ireland, because they were just places we wanted to go to, and we put it off, and then all of a sudden they said you'll never do it, and we were like, fucking hell, we'll never be able to do it again in our life. So the second we were allowed to do anything again, we got those booked in, and now they're hinting about this bullshit again. Whether they do it or not, I don't know, but I'm just gonna say, just if you can afford it and you've always wanted to do it, don't put it off. Because we really are living in times of uncertainty, aren't we? So maybe make this year, or even the first 6 months of this year, if there's something you want to do, just try with all your heart to make it happen, because who knows what these wankers have got in store for us. And don't let them do that to you. You know what I mean? So we're going to Ireland. My bucket list, I'm quite lucky. All my stuff's done on my bucket list.
And we are lucky as well in terms of, as Gary was saying, where we live, we got somewhere like Avebury just down the road so we don't have to travel a long way to see something amazing. But
in lockdown, we wouldn't have been allowed to have gone that far.
Yeah, no. I know. It's still got to make the most of it, even if whether things are on your doorstep or potentially if it's a bigger trip that you want to try and do that you've never done before. But yeah, just in terms of your daily life, and it's something that's close by, and just a general attitude for life.
I think that might be our New Year's message, Mark.
Oh yeah, the Crafty Nihilist New Year's message.
Just fucking get on with it.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be our. Just fucking get on with it.
Yeah.
Like him in this book.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to him a little bit more about this book, Mark? This
Bookmark.
bookmark. A staple joke in our house.
Staple joke, because you have staple in the middle.
I get it.
Oh,
It's brilliant.
Well, it's gonna be going through the talks that I did last year, but obviously not just word for word the talks just on print. I'm going to be looking at the research that I did, and if you like, maybe doing a sort of chapter on each.
So do you want to, for people that haven't listened to our live streams, give us a little countdown of some of the subjects?
So they're looking at as I was doing these talks, and not generally by design, but then a bit, there's a thread here, but it goes from things looking at ancient sites like Avebury, Stanton Drew, the megalithic sites, through looking at later people who are interested in magic and ritual and how it links up with science. So we're looking at John Dee, but then going into alchemy and the secret societies.
That's massive, isn't it? The alchemy one.
Yeah.
Seems to be a thread.
Yeah,
going through a lot of things.
But it ties up again with things like the Holy Grail. I mean, I think it's essentially a lot of it's the same thing. It's trying to find this sort of essence within that is a sort of secret to life, or it's a way of changing life. But I would look at it more in terms of the spiritual change rather than changing lead into gold type thing. But yeah, things around the ideas, the Grail legends.
Margaret's favourite was plasma, the one you did on plasma.
Thank you, Margaret. Well, yeah, and like I say, I mean, looking at people like Dee, who were interested in alchemy and the occult, but also great scientists and mathematicians of the day. And yeah, and I am fascinated by things like plasma, quantum physics. Obviously, I don't understand
any of it,
the real, hard science of it, but where it ties in with where it shows, if you like, a scientific basis for how these occult things can be real, if you know what I mean. How it can fit in with hard science, and so yeah, plasma will come into it as well. But it's going for his face, but also the dark side of where, if you like, a sort of, for want of just a catch-all term, empire, authoritarian forces. You got the things like, was it maybe this idea from Bellino, the origins of what became the Bible? Were there extraterrestrials? The Bellino reading of the Bible and others, the ancient aliens idea. Did they? Did they manipulate society, humans genetically as well?
Audio book, everybody.
Yeah, and
especially chapter 18. It's terrifying.
So I guess in a way, there's all these undercurrents, and it will also be about how the powerful have used these energies and powers and knowledge to control and damage and destroy people, and they still are. So I've did talks on Hollywood. I'm
wondering if when we start getting the knowledge ourselves, is that why they have to keep doing these fucking resets?
Well, potentially, yeah.
Quick, put them back in the fucking cage.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It certainly makes it.
Thanks, Margaret. Not everybody thinks so.
So yeah, it makes it difficult, certainly, for the ordinary people to to rise up and get their own consciousness, and so it stops them getting this. When you say the do what they will, it stops them getting this self-empowerment. So quite likely that is something like that. So yeah, Hollywood, the occult, and how that ties in with espionage as well. So there's a huge amount. So got to try and.
So basically, we've been doing live streams for nearly a year now. We've had a few weeks off. We've literally just had 3 weeks off. And for people that don't know, so Mark is going to be putting all of his work, but he's done loads of work. Every week he'd come up with a new subject pretty much. And he's going to be putting that into a book, and he's going to get it done and dusted by the symposium.
I think Green Tea asked earlier, sorry, Green Tea, I was going to go back to it, but he was saying, will the book be available online? I'll probably just self-publish it through Lulu. That's what I did my novel through lulu.com. So you can do printable books through there. Basically, they're printed to order, and it's an American website anyway. But they ship to other parts of the world. They certainly ship to Britain. I'll probably get a few printed so I can hopefully see if some people at the symposium might want to buy it. But
they will, because the subjects in it are going to be amazing.
But also you can, through that same lulu.com, you can do ebooks as well. So there should be multiple options for people to buy it and read it. So it will be a very affordable price. But yeah, just trying to.
So we might not have as many in-depth Mark live streams until that book's out the way.
Yeah, I'm going to still do live streams, and whether some might be like today, just sort of ad hoc, or maybe, I mean, the things like, because we're going to the occult conference, so but also things that are happening in the news and around the world. We might get the odd guest person on to have a little chat. Like
the odd guest person.
that's Ben.
We only want odd ones.
But yeah, no, there will be other things to come out. Maybe, like I say, I won't be able to. I'm hoping maybe by next week, because Liz got me. I haven't got it right to hand now, but Liz got me a very interesting book, an alchemy. It's a reprint of an old book, I think from the 17th century. I forget the name now, but more news soon. So I'm just reading through that now.
On alchemy, did you say?
Alchemy, yeah. So that will probably sort of feature in the book, but I can maybe just do, I think maybe a bit on a live stream on that, maybe next weekend.
And I'm not doing any, well, I haven't done them for a long time, but because I am not working at my normal job, I'm trying to do, as you know, because I keep putting it everywhere, more and more bits of art to try and sell. So once I've got this up for the occult one, I'll be trying to get some done for the symposium, but then I'm going to try and put loads more on my Etsy, because I got no money, you see. And my husband, he don't give me no money. Just pays for me to go to Ireland.
Mario says, this is coming out of the chat. Changes of ages was reflected in the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction of 2020 from Earth to Air. It's always very interesting live stream, because we've got knowledgeable people in the chat who give lots of information. Rick Halden, check out Into the Microcosm.
That rings a bell.
Jimmy Jeans, a good man.
Jimmy Jeans? Oh no.
Oh.
You know, remember Jimmy from Kev Baker?
Oh, okay. Not very well, but yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, no, I do remember it.
He fell out with me for no reason whatsoever.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Oh.
Weird.
Oh. DJ and Rick Logging, but I can't remember.
He got weird with me.
Oh.
It was when what's his name was there? What's his name? Kev Baker, bless him. And Jimmy Jeans used to do a Saturday show, remember?
Yeah, I do vaguely. Yeah.
So Jimmy Jeans did a Saturday show with that one that he always does, the one that's got quite a nice voice. He's in a wheelchair. I can't remember his name. And Jimmy Jeans sent me an email, which I replied to, saying, I think your dad was dying, or there was something terrible going on in our family. I can't remember. So he sent an email saying, "Oh, sorry about that." So I sent one back saying, "Oh, no worries, blah 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 blah." No reply. It was very strange. And then they started. Was it one of the Bushes died? And
Yeah, George Bush Senior.
George Bush Senior died because I used to be a regular in that Saturday chat. I was a regular, and we'd have banter, and it was really fun. And I never really understood what happened because the Bush Senior died, and the guy, his friend, who's really nice, was the one in the wheelchair, was saying, "Oh yeah, but we shouldn't really take the piss, or we shouldn't find this amusing that this Bush has died." And I put something in there like, "I'm not going to cry for that satanic pedophile." I kind of went in there with, "Sorry, but forgive me for dancing on George Bush's grave." And then I got blocked from everything. Jimmy Jeans, he did a YouTube thing, and I went on in the chat, and I got blocked. I got shadow banned by him. So I think he's a fucking weirdo. Sorry, used to like him. Don't even know why I'm talking about it anymore. That's an interesting insight into my weird. Hey, can't even delete this out because it's fucking live. So no, I won't be watching Jimmy Jeans because he's fucking weird.
Yeah, well,
I'm weird.
Yeah. Bryce Taylor, thanks for the memories. Yeah.
Change the subject quick.
Love Cat mentioned.
Change the fucking subject.
Bryce Taylor, thanks for the memories. So I know she was like a monarch sex slave, wasn't she? What was it with
the Bush? And he had her daughter as well. Still got her, I think. Well, he hasn't because he's dead. But I won't be forgiving him. It was pathetic. It was so pathetic. Gnomes in fucking cars.
It's Green Tea changing the subject. She wants us to sing, didn't you, Green Tea?
Yeah, fuck Jimmy Jeans and it's fucking weird.
All right, okay, calm down.
I'm not going to calm down.
Okay, all right. So anyway,
people have been arseholes to me recently.
Yeah,
that was like 5 years ago.
Gnomes in cars. Do we want to sing it? No. Okay, are we?
I think we're running out of things to say. I'm just getting angry now.
All right, let's. Shall we wind it up before?
Oh, look, Kat, you're cool. We're usually a lot more professional this, aren't we? Everybody in chat is usually so professional and shit with the shiny things, and it's really, really professional.
Thank you, Love Cat. I really appreciate it.
And we've got we have special guests, and it's like coast to coast usually
in our kitchen. Yeah. Yeah, who needs professional anyway?
We do.
Well, yeah, if anyone wants to pay us, then we might be professional. But if no one's paying us, so we're not.
You know what you fucking pay for,
which is nothing. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we don't have enough subscribers to even ask for money.
Nobody learned, Andy. Thank you, Margaret. That's going to be
Andy.
confusing to anyone who's never seen the quiz. But
yes, happy Wassail.
Is Wassail a one-day event? Green Tea's asking.
It is, but the day could change depending on where you are and when you can be bothered to get your drum out.
I think it seems to be a sort of movable.
So
feast.
it happened here today. Down Devon, it might be next week, or it might have been last week. But and
Space Cow, we have got quite a lot of memorable moments.
Space Cow,
you want to get Space Cow?
That was so professional. No, I'd had about 5 pints of Guinness when we got Space Cow out.
Yeah.
Don't, poor Love Cat. She's new. She's never going to come back. All I do is slag people off. I don't.
Rick Alden wants the monkey song. See, look, all of these. We should have got.
What's the monkey song?
Baby monkey.
Oh yeah,
baby monkey.
I've forgotten about that, Rick.
Riding on a pig, baby monkey. Baby monkey. Baby monkey.
Backwards on a pig,
baby monkey. That wasn't our original.
Then we've got
Love Cat. It's got to go.
We'll be more professional next time.
Thank you very much, Love Cat.
I'll do the tune and you do the words. Come on, we want some emojis.
Right.
Mari's given us some. Space Cow.
Yeah.
I'll do the music. You do Gnomes in Cars.
What am I doing? Gnomes in cars. Gnomes in cars. Gnomes in cars. Gnomes.
Stop now.
In cars.
To be
Nosy
fair,
Carl.
shut up. We did say this is going to be a load of shit, didn't we? But I didn't know I was going to slag so many people. I didn't know I was going to be quite as rude as what I have been.
You should have known yourself.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Well, we've got our friends in the chat, and it's good. I thought it was good because we hadn't done one for a few weeks, so it was just. But yeah, and
look at this. We're just getting a few subscribers. Watch tomorrow. We'll have 5 people.
Oh, yeah,
3 of them have been
saying,
Mark
we've been
and
getting
Connor.
extra. We've been getting extra.
We've been getting extra subscribers. Do you know why?
We hadn't
Because we haven't done
posted
anything for 3 fucking weeks. We've done nothing for 3 weeks, and it's going like that. We post this. I don't know why. Because I'm a bit of a twat. Oh Christ.
Anyway, yeah, but there will.
I know, Gary. I know. I'm an evil bitch. I'm an evil bitch. Oh, that's because I'm a satanic pedophile.
Oh,
Don't forget, I am a Satanist. Don't forget that.
Yeah. But so maybe there'll be some semi-serious stuff about alchemy next week. Just some thoughts.
Well, I'm not bothering with it.
So tune in next week for the secret of how to change lead into gold. Do you think they believe that? Do you think that'd be clickbait? You just put that.
Oh yeah, we could use clickbait. Oh yeah, that's something else we're going to do this year.
Secret of alchemy.
No, we decided today in the cafe, didn't we? We're going to do clickbait.
Yeah.
we're going to
We're
try.
going to literally sell ourselves.
Oh, and then guess what I got for Christmas from Connor?
Oh yeah.
Green screen.
Yeah.
So, a green screen.
So there's going to be all sorts of things going behind.
We've got something in our heads called the Green Screen Project.
Yeah.
Project Green Screen.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, it's funny in our head.
Yeah.
When we do it, probably rubbish.
It'll be brilliant.
Yeah, we're going to clickbait green screen. Oh my God. Right. Get out. Give these people their lives back, for Christ's sake.
Green tea. I'm getting my iron pot ready to brew. Now, where do I find some lead? That's it, green tea. Just get it sorted by next week, and that's it. All your monetary worries will be,
We're going to do project. We're going to do some. Let's do some green screening later on. Oh, not tonight.
Not tonight.
No. This has not been a good one, has it?
No, we just have a chat.
I slagged off Jimmy Jeans for no reason. There was a reason.
It's poor Rick saying, "Oh yeah, Jimmy Jeans, he's good," and then Liz went off on one
because he's mental. There was no reason for him
Don't do it again. Okay. Calm.
I did nothing. I did fucking nothing. All I did was support him every fucking Saturday.
Calm.
Just because I don't want to bang a pot.
Oh, DJ's mentioned the woman who shagged 100 guys in a day. Well, we're not going to go that far. Are you?
I fucking ain't. I don't even want to shag 1 in 100 fucking days. No, I mean, I'm not being funny. Let's talk about her. She's like in her early 20s, and it's her ambition to shag. Oh, something's been blocked.
Can I
show it? Show it. You've just hidden it.
No.
I think.
Just said, did you see the documentary about it?
I've got a feeling, Gary, that instead of showing your comment, Mark's accidentally hidden it because it gave us an option. Oh no, you've actually highlighted it.
Brilliant.
It's not even controversial.
Mark's mastery of technology. Well, anyway, that's not a bad thing, is it?
Right. So this woman's ambition was to shag 1,000 men in one day, and was it Candace Owens or somebody did the maths? That works out at 80 one man every 86 seconds. So as a practice run, she shagged 100 in a day. Get rid of that.
Will you do that? I'm not the technological one in the household.
So as a practice run, she shagged 100 men in one day. She's only 22 or something. And if you see the footage of her just after she did that, it was like somebody had just sucked her soul out of her. She was deflated on the floor and a fucking mess, okay? And guess who is in charge of her finances for doing this and who's helping her get the lifestyle she wants? Her mum. Her mum.
I mean, it is interesting because I just one of my Christmas presents from Connor was we've got
the rest of them. He says there is.
got the other.
And they are. I said they're on our bookshelf.
But yeah, they're very good. They're done by Freeman Fly, who many of you will know, of course. I haven't listened to his thing for a long time, but anyway. So I think someone else actually
He's gone downhill.
did the writing on this one, but yeah, really good. I mean, it will have a lot of facts which people will know, but at the same time, but it was tying in the whole fact of.
He was a legend, DJ. I don't know if he is anymore.
Yeah. But don't start slagging him off for now as well.
I am.
Anyway.
He was on.
Let me make my point.
Well, I haven't finished my point. I was going to say, until you rudely interrupted with flapping a book about, I was going to say, wouldn't be surprised if after she does this 1,000 thing, in a couple of years' time, she fucking kills herself. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, that's going to get us banned.
I don't fucking care. I do care.
Right. Check us out on Rumble or less nihilistic, Mark. If we get banned, we've got the most subscribers we've ever had, so we're on one strike left. So
well, DJ, with regards to Freeman, sorry, Mark,
right.
but he was on what's his name? The guy, Aliens.
Ridley Scott?
No, Aliens. The one that told me about this.
Oh,
Alien Man.
James Bartley.
James Bartley, right? And James Bartley said, "Oh, this is Freeman Fly. He needs no introduction because he doesn't. Because, like you say, he's a legend." And Freeman Fly just came back and went, "Huh. Well, I wish you would introduce me because I've been around since blah blah blah, and I was the first one to do blah 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 and blah." And it just went on and on and on. He just sounded like a whiny old man, and he doesn't post very much at the moment, does he? And I don't think he's a legend anymore.
I think
I'm just being honest.
You're all right. Can we just say though that I think he is a legend because he
is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose legend does talk about something in the past, doesn't it? Really, that he was one of those that pioneered a lot of things. You know, there's all this stuff about one of the first people on YouTube, and that, you know, we found out a lot of people from listening when there were guests on his show, and a lot of good stuff out there. So maybe he just doesn't do what he used to do, and he probably was bitter, and it's one of those things that maybe a little bit because because a lot of other people have come far later than him, and then they're now way more popular than him, and
he's really bitter about it.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's a human emotion. I mean, you know, it's but I thank him for all the work he's done. Anyway, I guess the link I was going to have with that woman who shagged all those men is just the whole Babylon thing, which coming from Sumeria, and it was all part of the religion, and it was, you know, basically, you know, public fornication in certain times of the year. You know, it was almost like a religious ritual, and there were religious rituals, and there was all this idea of the priestess would have all this, you know, basically shag this, whatever it was, the king or whatever, at certain times of the year, and it would be a public display. I guess my point being, and what they do in this book is tying it up with Hollywood Babylon.
Ooh.
Hollywood's obviously talked about with Babylon, and
Hollywood's
all this,
burning.
this all idea of popular culture and how it just it's all about just sexual promiscuity and the whole MK Ultra and drugs and hedonism. So I guess I was just saying that was just the latest version of that, and I just think that talking about there just made me think of what I just been reading about, how the priestess in Babylon, whatever, would be shagging all these men, and there would be, and it went for many years for different civilizations in that area where it was all part of the religious ritual, and in temples there were prostitutes in the temples, and that was often from childhood, and that was intrinsic to the religious practice. So
well, that's interesting, because that's all about what the hell, the highlight is on Hollywood at the moment, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
And now it's all burning.
And didn't you say that some people are saying it's to hide tunnels and things that might have been going on with the sort of the Diddy thing about to come out and all that
And
kind
don't
of thing.
forget the Laurel Canyon book I read that I can't say the Spanish words, so apparently I'm useless. Yeah, tunnels, Laurel Canyon, all sorts of nonsense. Who the fuck knows?
So maybe there might be something in that as well. But it does seem to me a wider thing. The fact that in different forms, so many parts of the world, and particularly in the United States, are being destroyed.
Well, yeah, it's
and
the Gog and Magog war.
And of course they get to as well also blame it on things that are happening with the climate, which they can use as then further justification for things like lockdowns for climate and further restrictions on us doing what we should be allowed to do. Right, should we
On that note,
on that highly spirited, uplifting note?
I'm probably not going to keep this one up because I have slagged off about 47 people.
Oh,
Yep, that's all right.
that's all right.
Maybe we'll keep the Wassail bit in, but I'm probably going to delete. So well done if you have listened to this, but I'm probably going to cut out the bit where I slagged off Jimmy Jeans, Freeman Fly. Anybody else?
Babylon's burning.
It's not just Babylon.
Hi, Rachel. You've come in at.
Oh, Rachel.
You
Good
listen.
job you haven't been here.
You listen back on what might be left after Liz
I've
deletes
deleted
the
it.
bits where she slagged people off.
I slagged off everybody.
There's going to be about 3 minutes left. So
I've not been restrained.
DJ, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Liz won't. So
no, there'll be nothing left after this one, DJ. So yeah, if you have managed to stay with us, we're not paying for your therapist. That was your own decision. That was your own free will. Thank you, guys, and hopefully we'll do a better one. Well, I won't. Mark will do a better one.
It's just us chatting to our friends, isn't it?
It always goes mental when I'm here. I'm beginning to think. It froze on the two-fingered salute. Of course it did.
Yeah.
Of course it did. That's just about it. We're going to say bye. I'm probably going to delete it. I might. I am. I definitely am now.
Do what thou wilt.
There we go. I'm going to do what I fucking wilt. Bye, everybody. Love you.
Bye. Love you all. See you soon.